What if you could turn a simple Excel sheet into a professional dashboard that tracks your income, expenses, and balance automatically? In this video, I'll show you how to build a clean, beginner-friendly Excel dashboard step by step. So let's get started. Let's start simple but practical. Create these columns: date, type, details, payment method, amount, income and expense, income amount, expense amount, and running balance. This structure is powerful because it keeps raw data simple, but also prepares it for reporting and dashboard analysis. Now let's make data entry faster and cleaner. On a new worksheet, create two small lists, one for income expense types and categories, another for payment methods. Now go to the transaction sheet and select the type column. Go to the Data tab, next Data Validation, and choose List. In the source, select your type list. Click OK. Now instead of typing, you can simply choose from a drop-down. This prevents spelling mistakes, keeps your data consistent, and makes your dashboard accurate. Now let's do the same for payment method. Select the payment method column, then go to Data, Data Validation, List, and select your payment list. Click OK. Now your entire data entry system is controlled and professional. Now click anywhere inside your dataset, and press Ctrl+T. Make sure my table has headers checked, then click OK. After that, go to the Table Design tab, and rename your table to something clear, like Expense Data. This is a very important step, because Excel tables automatically expand when you add new rows. That keeps your formulas and dashboard connected. Now in the Income Expense column, we want Excel to automatically tell us whether each row is income or expense. Instead of using a long formula, we'll use a more powerful and professional approach: XLOOKUP. Start by typing equals XLOOKUP. Open parenthesis, now select cell B2. This is our lookup value, meaning the type we want to check. Type a comma, now select the lookup array. This is the column where Excel will search for that value. In our case, that's the type column on the list sheet. Type another comma, next select the return array. This is what Excel will return when it finds a match. Here, we select the category column, which contains income or expense. Type one more comma, and for the last part, just type double quotes. This means if Excel doesn't find a match, it will return blank. Now close the parenthesis. So your final formula looks like this. Now press Enter. Then simply double-click the fill handle to apply the formula to the entire column. That means your classification is now dynamic, scalable, and fully automated. Now let's split the amount into two separate columns: income and expense. This step is very important because it makes your pivot tables and charts much easier to build later. In the income column, start by typing equals if. Open parenthesis. Now we're creating a condition. Check if F2 equals income. This is our classification column. Type a comma. If that condition is true, we want Excel to return the amount from cell E2. Type another comma, and if it's not income, just return 0. Now close the parenthesis. So your formula looks like this. Now press Enter. Apply the formula to the entire column. Next, go to the expense column and repeat the same logic. Type equals if. Open parenthesis, check if F2 equals expense. Then return E2. Otherwise return 0. Press Enter. Now every transaction is separated automatically. If it's income, the amount appears in the income column. If it's an expense, it goes into the expense column. Now let's calculate the running balance. This is what makes the sheet feel like a real finance tracker. First, enter your starting balance in a separate control cell. For this example, let's say the starting balance is $2,500. Now in the first row of the balance column, type equals starting balance plus income minus expense. Hit enter. Now let's move to the next row. This time, instead of using the starting balance again, we'll use the previous balance. That way, Excel keeps updating the balance row by row. Type equals select I2. That's the previous balance. Type a plus sign, select G3, that's the income for the current row. Type a minus sign, and select H3, that's the expense for the current row. Now press enter. Simply drag the formula down, or double-click the fill handle to apply it to the rest of the rows. Now every time you add a new transaction, your balance updates automatically. So instead of just recording data, Excel is now showing you how your money changes over time. Now let's make our data more visual by highlighting income and expense automatically. Select the income expense column. Now go to Home, Conditional Formatting, highlight Cells Rules, then equal to. In the box, type income. Then from the drop-down, choose green fill with dark green text. Click OK. Now repeat the same steps for expense, Home, Conditional Formatting, highlight Cells Rules, equal to, and type expense. And this time choose light red fill with dark red text. Click OK. And just like that, income is highlighted in green, expenses are highlighted in red. Now let's move to the most exciting part, building the dashboard. Create a new worksheet and rename it Dashboard. At the top, add a clean and professional title, Personal Finance Dashboard. Now select the full width of your layout. Click Merge and Center. Next, let's style it to make it stand out. Increase the font size. Make it bold. Choose a blue background color. Change the text color to white. And apply a thick outside border. Now your dashboard already has a strong, professional header. Next, let's create the most important section, KPI cards. We'll add 4 key metrics: total income, total expense, net balance, and number of transactions. Create small boxes for each KPI. Now let's style them to make your dashboard visually clear. Use color strategically, light green for total income, representing money coming in. Red for total expense, representing money going out. Blue for net balance, showing your overall position. Light purple for transactions, informational metric. Now refine the design. Increase the value font size to around 16 or higher. Make both the label and value bold. Keep everything center-aligned. Now go back to your data table, click anywhere inside it, go to Insert, then Pivot Table. Choose the new worksheet, and hit OK. Rename the sheet to Pivot Table. Now set it up like this: drag type into rows. Drag income into values. Drag income expense into filters. Then in the filter, select income. Now you have a clean summary showing how much you income in each category. Now let's do the same thing for expense. Insert another pivot table. This time drag, type into rows. Expense into values. And income expense into filters. Then set the filter to expense. Now you'll see only your expense categories. Now let's turn this pivot table into a clean, professional visual. With your pivot table selected, go to Insert, Column Chart, and choose Clustered Column Chart. Great, now we have our chart. But right now, it looks basic. Let's refine it step by step. First, update the title to something meaningful, Expense Breakdown. Now let's remove distractions and keep only what matters. Hide the pivot field buttons. Remove the grid lines, remove the legend, and remove the vertical axis. Next, let's make the data easier to read. Add data labels so the values appear directly on the bars. Now give it a clean, modern look. Adjust the font style and size. Keep everything simple and consistent. Now select your income pivot table, and let's turn it into a visual. Go to Insert, then Column or Bar Chart, and choose a clustered bar chart. Once the chart is inserted, let's refine it. Start by updating the title to something clear and meaningful, Income Breakdown. Next, add data labels so your values are visible at a glance. Now clean up the chart. Remove any unnecessary elements. Finally, make sure the design matches your expense chart, so both visuals look consistent and professional on your dashboard. Now you have two separate visual reports. One for income and one for expenses. Let's move these to our dashboard. Select both charts, hold Ctrl and click each one. Then press Ctrl+X to cut. Now go to your dashboard sheet and press Ctrl+V to paste. Next, position the charts carefully based on your layout. Hold the Alt key while dragging. This snaps the chart perfectly to the grid lines, helping you align everything cleanly. It's a small trick, but it makes your dashboard look much more precise and professional. Now let's calculate our KPI cards. This is what makes your dashboard look clean and professional. First, go to your pivot table sheet. Next to the grand total of the income pivot, click on an empty cell. Now type equals, then simply click on the grand total value for income. And press Enter. Now repeat the same step for expense. Select the cell next to the expense grand total. Type equals, click on the expense total. Press Enter. Now we'll bring these values into our dashboard. Go back to the dashboard sheet. Click on the total income KPI cell. Type equals, then go back to the pivot sheet. Select the income total, and press Enter. Let's format the KPI value as currency. Let's do the same for total expense. Type equals, select the expense total from the pivot table, and press Enter. Now let's calculate the net balance. In the balance cell, type equals, select the total income cell, type a minus sign, then select the total expense cell. Press Enter. And just like that, your dashboard now shows your real financial position. Finally, let's calculate the total transactions. This completes our KPI section. Go to your pivot sheet, and insert one more pivot table. Now set it up. Drag date into rows. Drag balance into values. By default, Excel may show some. We don't need that. Right-click on the values. Go to Value Field Settings. Select Count. Click OK. Now Excel is counting how many transactions you have. Next, let's organize it a bit. Right-click on any date. Click Group. Select Months. Click OK. Now you can see your transactions grouped by month, much cleaner and easier to understand. To use this in our KPI card, click on a blank cell. Type equals, then select the grand total count. And press Enter. Now go back to your dashboard sheet. Click on the Transactions KPI cell. Type equals, go to the pivot sheet, select the grand total count, and press Enter. And just like that, your dashboard now shows the total number of transactions fully connected to your data. Now let's take this dashboard to the next level by making it interactive. Go to the pivot sheet and click anywhere inside your pivot table. Then go to Pivot Table Analyze, Insert Slicer. Select the months field and click OK. Now adjust the slicer layout so all options appear clean and compact. Now select the slicer, press Ctrl+X to cut. Go to your dashboard sheet and press Ctrl+V to paste. Position them neatly, keeping everything aligned and balanced. Now let's connect it to all our pivot tables. Right-click on the slicer, then click Report Connections. Check all your pivot tables. And click OK. Now right-click on any of the bars, select Format Data Series. Then adjust the gap width to around 80%. Now go to the View tab, and turn off grid lines to make everything look clean and professional. Now watch this. When we select any month from the slicer, our KPI cards update, charts update, and the entire dashboard responds instantly. This turns your dashboard into a fully interactive reporting tool. One important thing to remember, if you add new rows to your transaction table, your pivot tables won't update automatically. So after adding new data, just go to Data, then click Refresh All. And your entire dashboard will update instantly with the latest data. If you want to build more powerful Excel tools like this, subscribe to Easy Click Learning and turn on the bell icon. And share this with someone who wants to learn Excel the easy way. I'll see you in the next video.